It's episode 14 of Travel Talk with me, your handsome and respectable guide along the travels. So it's a new title for me. So episode 14, covering Biloxi, Mississippi today. Biloxi, we stayed in Biloxi for 5 days, so this will be 2-part video, which is it's good. You know, you get more bang for your buck, so that's always good. So last episode we were in Mobile, Alabama. We'd only had a day there, but done quite a bit. And the next day we'd be jumping on the bus at about 2 o'clock in the afternoon and making the short 1-hour trip to Biloxi, Mississippi, which, you know, can't ever grow in a 1-hour bus trip. We didn't do much in the morning of that day. Had a bit of breakfast and then obviously just got our stuff ready and headed to the bus station ready for the bus. Like I say, got on the bus about 2 o'clock and got to Biloxi just after 3. Bus station was in the centre of Biloxi and we were staying about 10 minutes away. So there was a really cool little like hopper bus thing, and it was like a kind of a tram that had been made into a bus, and you jumped on it and it just went up and down the beachfront, and ironically stopped outside our hotel, which was like a result obviously. So yeah, we jumped on that, and 10 minutes later we were at the I think it was a Motel 6 that we stayed in, and we were there, dropped our bags off, and made the short, I think it was about 30-second walk from where our motel entrance was. You crossed 2 roads and then you were on the beach. It was amazing. So we dropped our stuff off, went over the 2 roads, and we're at the beach. And yeah, it was a beautiful beach. It was white golden sand, and it's palm trees. Palm trees. How can you go wrong with palm trees? Palm trees, and it was the Gulf of Mexico that was the waterfront. So obviously the water was slightly warmer than it would normally be. But that was cool. So it was really nice. The sun was out and the temperature was a nice, I think it was about 24, 25. So it was nice weather. We had a walk along the beach for about half an hour. Headed back after that to the motel, got changed and went out and had some dinner at a place which was so wonderfully named Slap Your Mama's Steakhouse. Slap Your Mama's. What a great name. So we went there, had some dinner. I think I had a burger and some onion rings, because obviously I hadn't had enough burgers yet in America, so you need one more, and it would never be the last one obviously. So I had that. That was nice. It was a good meal. It was cheap and the staff were good, and yeah, it's really interesting. So did that. Headed out of there about 7:30. And Biloxi's nice. It's kind of like the Vegas of the South, because it's got casinos. And it's got like Hard Rock Cafe casino, and it's really nice. It's a really nice place. So we headed to the casino that was nearest to us, which was called Treasure Bay, I believe, which is about a 10-minute walk away. And we went in there for a couple of hours, and gambling's one of those things, you don't do it that often, but if you're on holiday at places like this or Vegas, and you kind of have to a little bit just to, you know, experience it all. So we did that. I unfortunately lost $20 overall that night, but that would not be the last bit of gambling we did in Biloxi, fortunately. So I was not going to go out on a losing streak. So I can't even put words together sometimes, it's terrible. We did that for a few hours, headed back to the motel about 10 p.m. I think. On returning to the motel, I realised my Microsoft account had been hacked for about the 5th time that we'd been away. So I had to get back into that and change the password again. Just a little tidbit, my Microsoft account, actually, I counted it in total, got hacked 17 times while I was away. I was like, yeah, that must be a record for a year, surely. I mean, unless Bill Gates gets his hacked every day, I'm feeling like I'm setting records. Did that and headed to bed, just so we could have an early morning the next morning, get on with it, and hopefully have a nice day in Biloxi, which unfortunately did not happen, and here's why. So we got up the next morning, about 9 o'clock maybe, went and had some breakfast, because the motel laid on a free breakfast each day, and you will never ever turn away free food when you go travelling, believe me. Free food is like the best thing ever. It's like, it's free, and it's food. So we had free breakfast, and then headed out about 9:30 maybe. We were going to walk into the centre of Biloxi. Like I said, it was about 15 minutes away from where we were. Sorry about that. And yeah, we were going to walk into there, just have a little wander around. It looked like quite a nice little town when we come in on the bus initially, so we just wanted to have a little mosey around there. Unfortunately, the weather had different ideas. We got about halfway there, so probably about 10 minutes into the walk, and the heavens opened, and there was thunder and there's lightning, and the rain was literally coming down horizontally, and you just couldn't get away from it. So we were on the beach at the time. We were walking along the beach, and it started like hammering it down with rain, and we were like, "No, we don't need this." So we hid in a bus shelter, and luckily jumped on one of the hopper buses like we'd got on the day before. Jumped on that to take us back to the motel. Because we were soaked, as was most of the stuff that we had. Ironically, the person I was travelling with, her money that was in the back of her backpack that she had on got totally and utterly soaked. So when we got back to the motel, we had a radiator in the room. So what we did with the radiator was there, and we lined all the money up along it. And technically we were money laundering in some way. I mean, in theory it's money laundering, but actually the correct way of money laundering, not illegally. So yeah, I'll put a picture of that at the end as well. It's quite a funny little picture. You see all the money just lined up on this little radiator. So that's quite funny. That was quite a funny part, but I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, that kind of stopped that day a little bit. We spent most of the day after that because the rain was torrential until probably about 6 o'clock sort of time. So we spent most of the day inside watching TV. I think we just watched Law and Order SVU the entire day, in all honesty, which is really uplifting. Obviously, lots of murders and fun stuff. Woo. Maybe not. Yeah, so when the rain eventually did stop about 6:30, 7 o'clock, we headed out and had some dinner again. And it was quite nice where we were because there was a lot of restaurants around us. And ironically, to the right and about 3 minutes walk away was a Hooters restaurant. No, I'd never been to Hooters. I know there's ones in like London and there's ones everywhere. I mean, it's a global chain, but I'd never been to one. So we decided to go there. Like I say, it was close, so it made sense. So we went to Hooters, and yeah, it was really, really good experience. The food's really good, the atmosphere's really good. They have all like the sports screens around the room, so you can watch all various sports. And yeah, the staff are really friendly. Best story coming out of America, I'll tell you now, is so we're sat there, and our waitress comes over, and this is her exact reaction. It was so funny. She came up to us and went to us. And she kind of looked at us when we started talking to her. I went, "You're English?" I'm like, yeah, we are, yeah. She went, "I've never met English people before in person." And we were like, "Oh, that's really nice." I was like, "That's really cool," but we could be her first English people that she's met in person. And she was like, "The only English people I know apart from you are One Direction." I was like, "Well, I'm not in One Direction. I mean, I know I probably could rock the look. I could probably rock the look. I could probably replace Zayn if they need me, but, you know." But anyway... yeah, we were like, "Oh, that's really sweet," and she started talking to us when she was bringing our food over, and she was like really excited and everything. And it ended up that she actually paid for our meal, which was really nice of her because she was like so excited that we were English people that she actually paid for our meal. And I was like, you don't get stuff like that in England. I'm sorry, but it's when you go to places like Biloxi and they don't see that many English people, obviously, and it just made her day basically. It probably made her week in all honesty. So yeah, we had a free meal, but it was really nice of her to do that, and she didn't have to, but she obviously really appreciated meeting English people, and yeah, it was really cool. It makes me smile knowing that happened. You know, there's good people in the world still. So yeah, we had dinner there. Left about 8 o'clock. Went to the casino again because apparently we're gambling addicts now. This time, see, this is where it gets better. I lost $20 last night. I won 57 tonight, so I'm back in the green again. All good. So yeah, we were in there for a couple more hours. Again, at 1. I need to say that quite a lot of times just to make everyone aware. I won a lot of money. I won. So yeah, we stayed in there. Once we finished in there, went back to the hotel again. And yeah, just hoped the weather was going to be better the next day, which fortunately it was. The next 3 days were beautiful sunshine, blue skies. So yeah, we made up for today being so bad in the next 3 days. But yeah, it wasn't terrible. I mean, we still had a good day, so it's still one of those things. But ironically, that day was the 30th day that we were in America, so we'd done a full month basically. And you think all the places we'd covered, like New York, Washington, North and South Carolina, Florida, Alabama, into Mississippi now. It's still mad for me to think of it like that, because to come from where I come from and to have gone and done all of those places, it just, yeah, it's really cool to look back on now and think about it. And yeah, it's really, the memories will always be there, obviously, and like with stuff like making this and my photos, and it'll always be there, and it'll always be a great memory. So yeah, this is probably where I'll leave this video. Like I said, it'll be part 2 to Biloxi because of how much we did. Um, and yeah, just keep watching, and part 2 will be up momentarily. Bye bye.